number of reasons, some political, some otherwise. But I think once it comes to a vote, it'll probably pass by 29-6 or thereabouts. I feel that some type property tax relief bill has to pass the legislature in this session. If it does not happen, you're going to have a terrific increase in property taxes all over the state, to the extent that people won't be able really to afford property, to own property.
Any reason why you pinpointed 29-6 as far as a vote on the bill?
I just sort of counted heads, and I feel like there'll probably be 29 to 30 senators that would vote for the bill, and probably right now it's more evenly split, because a lot of people would like to avoid voting at all, would like to just let it die, and then they could say they were for the bill and never have to go on record. But I'm going to do everything within my power to see that the bill is voted on. And, of course, it's up to those who support the bill to see if they get the votes. But I feel that it has to pass in this session, and I think it would be a mistake not to pass it.
The general fund will come to the Senate with about a $115,000 cushion. Mental health department, the health services, some other departments say they need more money because of the recent raise that was granted. Will there be much revision done with the general fund budget in the Senate?
I feel like there'll have to be a great deal of revision in the budget. The House passed a budget simply to get rid of the bill and shift it over to the Senate, which is normally the case. And I think now the Senate's going to have to sit down and really do some work on that budget to make it a good budget. The bill was changed many times from the time it was first drawn up by the governor. And the bill that came out of the House had been changed a number of times, as you know, some good, some bad.
But it can't pass in the form it is now.
I don't see how it could pass in the form that it's in right now and really fund the agencies that have to live out of the general fund adequately. There's very little real work done on budgets, unfortunately, in state government. And I think we're going to have to get to the point eventually in this state where the people who handle the budgets understand the fiscal policies of the state and also the fiscal limitations of the state.
Besides the general fund budget, the education budget, and the lid law, do you foresee very much other significant legislation passing in this session?
Well, I think it's going to be a session when very little passes, George. In fact, I've felt like that all along, and I think an election year is partly responsible for this, and the fact that people are looking forward to a new administration, not because of personalities, but simply because we have so much to do that has not been done. And I think that this has caused some difficulty in the legislative process this year. I hope the budgets will pass, the lid law will pass, and a few other bills. And if that happens, then I'll be satisfied.